episode 1. I finally pressed publish. My name is Michelle. This is my husband, Eric. We are Canadian, we are living abroad, and this is our story. If you're familiar with Toronto Pearson International Airport, you may have just noticed how unusual our travel experience was. There were no lines, none. We arrived 3 hours early for our international flight, and we had 2 hours and 45 minutes to drink a pint, FaceTime with family and friends, do pirouettes through the halls, and miss the duty-free by about 30 seconds. It only took us 15 minutes to check into our flight because we had to complete our UK Traveller Locator form, which we tried to do, but we couldn't do the 24-hour check-in because of the pandemic. They need to do some extra screening, like your COVID tests and things like that before you check in. But of course, like, you need a seat on the flight in order to do the locator form. British Airways was amazing. They were so patient. They're like, yeah, the form takes a while. Just stand here and go ahead and complete it. There's nobody around. They were so accommodating. They made everybody feel so safe on the plane. And we will absolutely fly premium economy in the future. Worth it. So back to the question of how do we even end up in England in the first place? What caused Eric and I to shake up our comfy Canadian lifestyles and move them all the way across the pond? Now, this is not my first attempt trying to make this vlog entry. In past attempts, I would drone on about this part. So what I'm about to do is I'm going to try and explain this in 30 seconds. Here's the timer. Okay. You're ready. I'm not ready. In 3, 2, 1. Eric applied for a position within the global sector of his company in fall 2020. He got it. Eric was working from home on UK time. Not fun. Relocation was not a priority though due to the pandemic. We were connected with a relocation agency in December 2020 for whenever we were ready. We started dreaming about and talking about living in London a lot. It took about a month to apply for our visas. Our visas were approved in February 2021. I quit my job, we booked temporary accommodations, flights, COVID tests, and landed in London, England on March 5th, 2021. 32 seconds. Good? That's as good as it's gonna get. So now you're all caught up, but if you didn't catch the full scale of our timeline, I will review it for you. It was really fast. I don't mean me. I mean from the time that we realized that moving abroad, moving to London, England was a real possibility, let's say December 2020, to the time that we actually made the commitment and said like, yeah, we're doing this, we are moving. It was about 3 months. And in reality, once our visas were approved and we had them in our possession, we had about 90 days to enter the country as per UK immigration. So really, we weren't in a rush, but there were two main factors, like looking back, that I think really caused us to act quickly. And the first one was the pandemic. Trains. You will periodically hear the DLR going by. I'm trying to time it out, like I'll get better at this, but like, it is what it is. We really had no idea what kind of impact the pandemic would have on our ability to move, the ease of moving, and of course, the pandemic adds a whole other layer to life. Not just moving, but just life in general. With travel restrictions and quarantine regulations changing on a weekly to monthly basis, we really felt that we had a window of opportunity where we were able to meet everything that was required of us at that particular time. And the second factor was that we had already started the process. The door was wide open. We started asking ourselves, are we just delaying the inevitable? What's our objective? What exactly are we waiting for? And being straight up with you, emotions were getting in the way. I was sitting there waiting to feel ready, to feel okay about the FOMO that I knew was coming in our direction if we were to make this decision and go on this adventure. I mean, let's be honest, there's a lot to miss. Canada's a pretty great place. every time I watch that, I'm just like, note to editing Michelle, like, have your Kleenex box ready. It's gonna like get all the heartstrings melty. Maybe I've answered a question for some of you curious minds. Do Canadians really go skating in the winter? Yes we do. If it's cold enough in Freezerland and there's a body of water that's frozen over and it's safe to go skating and you're able to do so, you will be out there with your shovels and we will skate on it. So why would we leave all of that? Understandably, when we started telling people that we were moving, that was a question a lot of people had for us. And sometimes we joke that we have this unrealistic expectation that life in Canada will just pause and that not too much will change without us there, that our niece and nephew will stop growing, our fur baby will not destroy another fox toy without us, that our friends will stop purchasing, gutting, and renovating beautiful, amazing homes, and Eric's car that he already sold, his favorite car, will just miraculously show up in the driveway once again. This is not reality at all, and we know it. So why? One of the members of our family likes to quote Wayne Gretzky all the time. He says, you know, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. I really hope it's Wayne Gretzky. I'm gonna look it up. The answer to why is opportunity. When you choose to do hard things that are aligned with your goals, they rarely feel comfortable. That is the reality. We found ourselves in this unique position where we were able to do something like this at this stage in our life, to meet different kinds of people, to further Eric's career, eat different kinds of food, to have different kinds of experiences. And for me, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. That's a whole other episode. Like, I have no idea. That remains to be seen. And that brings us to where we are today. Just trying to establish a new life here in London, England. Hopefully it's opportunity for us to grow in whatever ways we need to and whatever ways we can. I guess we'll find out. And I can't wait to share it with you. It's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies, I can tell you that. I mean, my life isn't always rainbows and butterflies. I don't know about yours, but get out there, have a great day, do hard things. Next week's theme, first impressions. Take care. I can do this, I can. The trains really threw me off. They're so